Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and I'd like the first thing to say is thank you for all my new subscribers and all the subscribers that I've had. That's pretty cool of you guys keeping with me this long. I know I don't make videos too often, but I do what I do. Okay, so what we're gonna do is change this rim into the picture that you just saw. And the reason why you can do this pretty cheap is because paint is not very expensive, and if you're on a budget, rims are pretty expensive. So take an ugly rim and make it look cool. So if it's kind of beat up like this one is, they have these little tiny, little, I don't know, indentations. Maybe someone hit a rock with these and stuff. Just go ahead and tap them out, and they will pop out, all of them will. And then the next step, we'll take the dots, and we'll go around and space them out. And how you do that with the spacing, so let me show you that real quick. Say you have these little wheel weights right here. So what you want to do is start at the wheel weights. If you don't have wheel weights, hey, that's a plus. You can just start spacing it the way you are. I know mathematically there is a way to do this, but since I'm not that great at math, I'll just do it with my eye. So I'm going to take a spacer, doesn't matter any kind, but make it consistent. This is just a little piece of, it's off my drill bit. But I'm going to start right here. And what you do, well, you can start by taking your little sticker dots, take them off. Now they're hard to handle since they're so small. And what I do is I put them under, touch it, like that. And then you put it down where you want it, push it with your finger down, and they're down, okay? So, now I'm going to start there, and the next one, I'm going to space it out, will be right here. So you take the next one and do exactly what I just showed you. Push it, space it. Now, this doesn't have to be very accurate, more eyeballing this than anything. So once you go all the way around, you're going to come to about right here, or right here. I mean, it could be perfect, but if it's not, the last couple dots might not line up exactly perfect. So you can take and get it close as you can, which I'll show you the next step. But before you start this project, what you want to do is you want to clean this rim really good with a degreaser. Scrub it really good. You don't want any kind of grease on this at all, because if you do, the paint won't stick. Okay, I'll get this all with the dots on it, and we'll move on to the next step. Now that we got all the dots on, see, they came out pretty good. This is what I was talking about. This one and this one aren't the same, but by just looking at it, all of them, you're not gonna tell that much. So it came out perfect. So the next step is we need to tape this off around here. Now these rims have a lip that actually the tape, let me show you, that it will go in down. Now there's different steps or different process you can use. I've seen people put the note cards around, but I just like the tape. I'll use the tape, so I'm gonna use the tape. I always use tape. Just go around the rim, make sure you're getting it down in that little gap there. Slides down, curls, down. It's pretty simple. And then this, where you put the air in the tire here, press it down until it stops, turn it, and hug it in. Put it tight so you don't get it on the rim at all. You don't want it on that rim. Let me try that again. There. Okay, that's fine. So go ahead and go all the way around, just like that, and I'll move on to the next step. Before I begin, what you want to do is get the inside of the rim, because you will be able to see it. So whatever color you want to do the outside of the rim that you choose, spray the inside too. And that'll make it look better when it's mounted, because on a trailer you can actually see it. Even on a car you can see under there, and it'll be two different colors and it won't look good. So go ahead and give this a quick spray, like, you know, go around the whole thing, make sure it looks nice, because you will be able to see that. Okay, now that we got all this on here, just use some spare paper, make it go around the whole thing. You don't want to get your tire with any paint on it. And we're going to use some primer first. This is made by Rust-Oleum. It's about the cheapest one I found. So remember, this whole project right now is on a budget. So yes, they do make wheel paint. It's more money than regular paint. It will still work, especially if you use primer. And primer will also cover up any imperfections that you can't get out with the hammer or wherever. If there's no imperfections, fine, but if there is, this will cover it. So look, here we go. Shake it up really good. Make sure you put your finger on all these little dots so they don't want to move on you. I know as you're going, you're doing it, but just go ahead and do it again. Extra precaution. So this doesn't have to be too precise because you're not going to see the primer. But just go ahead and get it all in there. And what you want to make sure, if you have a lip, make sure it gets this tape all the way down real tight. That's why you did the tape first. Come around with it at a very tight angle to get in there, because when this tire is mounted on your trailer or car or whatever, you will be able to see that where you missed. Okay, so that's good for that. Let that dry for a couple minutes here. It's hot here in Arizona, so everything dries quick. What I tell you again is you really need to do a mask, air mask. You don't want to be breathing in spray paint. The next step is totally up to you. This is where, you know, your design of your particular rim, what you want, what color you want. But you saw what the thumbnail is, so that's what I'm going to do. So how you do that is, I don't need to mask anything off at this point yet because we're still in the very beginning of the stages. So I'm just going to go ahead and get my black on here. Just a light coat for the first coat. But remember, always get in this back corner because you will see that. So you spray at this angle to get under there. Some rims don't have that angle, so you don't have to worry about it. But for the most part, they do. Now the wheel weights I left on, you can take them off, but I don't want to deal with that. Because this is just going to be a trailer and I don't really care. But if it's on a car or something, I would take it off. Kind of put, I don't know how you would probably have to go get it rebalanced, but, or you can maybe see where it was and make it go back. That's totally up to you. I'm not really concerned with that right now. Remember, this project is totally on a budget. So just make it the way you want to do it. Make it look nice. Keep walking around, painting it. Now you can go ahead and do this about 3 times. 3 coats are perfect. Okay, so moving on to the next step, we want to get these little stickers off. As you can see, you can still see them. I waited till the next day to do this, to let this paint dry really good. And then on the next step after this, after we get these stickers off, we're gonna tape it off. So that's why I would wait overnight. So what you do is take a flathead screwdriver and you just push the sticker. They kind of pop off. Well, let's see here. There. So go around and push these off. Okay, so go around the whole thing, all the way around the rim, and pop them all off. All right, well here comes the fun part, picking the color of the center rims for me, my project. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same color as my Suburban, which I found. This is a metallic Rust-Oleum. It's almost perfectly matching. When it's really cool, like on a trailer and stuff, when people have matching the trailer rims or the trailer color with the car, it looks real custom that way. So that's my personal like. So go ahead and do it any color you want, but I'm just saying what I like. So to get that, I just want this kind of like round, I don't know, like plate looking to be that color. So it's almost the same as this, because there is a little dip. You want to put that in there. Oh, and do little sections at a time with the tape. That way you won't have any kind of, but when you do too big of a piece of tape, what will happen is it'll flip and you can't press it down. So this way you get a nice line in there. So this will be all gray color, metallic gray. Masked it off inside of that little crack that I showed you earlier, and then I just built a little wall of paper with the tape. And then go ahead and put your first coat on it here. Remember, do the first coat very light. You don't want to make any runs in it at all. So that's good for the first coat. 2 coats on here, so I'm going to go ahead and put it the third coat. The third coat, put it on pretty heavy because this is your final and best coat. So just go around and make it look real good. That metallic, and I don't know if it's picking it up in this type of lighting, but sure looks good. All right, so that's pretty good for the 3 coats. So this actually came out really good. I'm very happy with my little project here. So it cost me about $8 in materials, and as you can see, the before and after is quite a difference here. Sure, you can go out to the store and buy a rim that looks similar to this. They're about 130 bucks, roughly. It depends where you shop. Depends what brand it is, but you know, for $8, you have a rim that kind of looks like that. It could be a temporary thing. You're low on money and just want to make yourself have a nice looking trailer or a car. These are trailer tires, like I've been saying, but yeah, you can also do it with your car. Yeah, it's just, I think it came out pretty good. Pick what color that matches your car. This one matches mine, so that's why I went with the middle color. But if you do like it, I tell you, get these little dots on eBay, and I'll show you in a picture what the dots are. They're just little stickers. Yeah, for about an hour of your time, you can have some pretty cool looking rims. Well, I'd like to thank you for watching my video. Thanks.